Hi guys, welcome back to my Learn Music Theory series, and today we are going to talk about quality. Now, up to this point, we've learned some symbols, the name of our lines and spaces, we learned about the chromatic scale, and then we learned about intervals which make up that chromatic scale. So now we're going to talk about quality. What is quality? Well, we had said that we had a major third. So we have C to E on our piano. You can pull up a piano at musictheory.net if you don't have your own. So if we look at middle C to E, that's a major third. Now if we go C to E flat, that's a minor third. And we made it smaller by 1/2 step, by one note. So C, middle C to E, major third. C to the second black key below E, C to E flat, minor third. Major has kind of a happy-ish sound, or we could say consonant. Minor has a sadder sound, which we could say is dissonant, but it's also consonant. And that's the quality of that particular interval. C to E is a major third, C to E flat is a minor third. Alright? And then we said we had perfect. So C to F, perfect fourth. C to G, perfect fifth. Middle C to F, perfect fourth, because we count our letter names. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, D, E, F. C to G, perfect fifth. And it's more consonant than like a major third. So yeah, the major third is kind of imperfect. If we say, that's perfect, that's a perfect consonant. So we have major, minor, and perfect. We have two other ones that we need to talk about too. So let's start with major. We can make major bigger. So we have C to E, major third. If we go one note over, so C to F, remember I said that's a perfect fourth? Well, if you remember from our other video, we went over inharmonic, which is something that's spelled differently on paper, but sounds the same. So this major third can go to an augmented third, or we can call it a perfect fourth. And it depends on what letter name you write. So if you write C to E sharp, that would be an augmented third. If you wrote C to F, that would be a perfect fourth. But they sound the same. Now, don't think too much about it. Just wrap your head around the concept, and then that concept's going to be used later when we talk about bigger structures. And so it's a very important concept. So let's go to our major third, C to E. If we make that C to E relationship bigger, we go to the F, we'll call it E sharp. That C to E sharp is an augmented third. Or, inharmonically speaking, it could be a perfect fourth, the C to F. So, if we were to make things in order from biggest to smallest, it'd be augmented, major, and then smaller than major is minor, which is the C to E flat. C to the second black key in the first set of two, C to E flat, minor third. And then we can make that interval even smaller, call it diminished. I'm just writing it shorthand. Diminished or a major second. So C to D could be called a major second, because it's two letter names and it's two half steps, or it could be called a diminished third if we called it C, E double flat. So C to E is major third, C to E sharp or F is augmented third, C to E flat is a minor third, C to D is a diminished third or a major second if it's E double flat. Okay, so augmented, major, minor, and diminished. Now let's go to that weird one that we talked about, which was the tritone, which is C to an F sharp or C to a G flat. Well, what will we call that? Well, if we look at our keyboard, go from middle C up to F sharp or G flat, which is the first black key in the set of three. And the C to F is a perfect fourth. So if we make that larger by 1/2 step, C to F sharp, then it would be an augmented fourth. Or if we made the C to G, if that was a perfect fifth, if we made it smaller by 1/2 step, C to G flat, that would be a diminished fifth. So a tritone is either a augmented fourth or a diminished fifth. And it depends on how you write it. If you write C to F sharp, then that would be an augmented fourth. If we wrote C to G flat, that would be a diminished fifth. Sounds the same, spelled differently. And it's all about perspective. All right. So augmented is you make something larger by a half step or one note. Diminished is you make something smaller by a half step, or diminish, you diminish something, make it smaller. And then we have symbols for these. So we have augmented is a plus sign. Major is a capital M. Minor is a lowercase m with a line above it. Diminished is a degree symbol. So augmented, you're making the interval larger. Major is a major interval. Minor, you're making the major interval smaller. Or major is making an augmented interval smaller. And then diminished is making the minor interval smaller. Augmented is the largest interval. Diminished is the smallest interval. Alright, so let's write these. Plus sign, big M, little m, degree symbol. Alright, so let's draw a treble clef. Let's draw our lines. And let's start with the tritone. So we'll draw C, which is one ledger line below the staff, and then we'll go to an augmented fourth. So we count C, D, E, F. Count our letter names. It's 4 letter names. So it's some kind of F. And we're augmenting it. We're making it a tritone. So it'd be an F sharp. So that's what it looks like, C to F sharp. And we can call this in a +4, like a 4 with a plus next to it. An augmented fourth. See if I can see that. Augmented fourth. Or a tritone. Now let's write its cousin. Now remember, the F sharp is also known is G flat. And if we count them, it's C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is a diminished fifth, which is a degree symbol and the number 5. Diminished fifth. Tritone. It's either an augmented fourth or diminished fifth, depending on how you write it, but it sounds the same. And that's its quality. Alright? Alright, so what you really need to take away from this is what things sound like. You can practice that using your ear training exercises at musictheory.net, and what some things are sometimes written as. They're written as different things. So, we'll go C to E, major third. This is going to always sound like a major third. It's not going to be called a diminished. I mean, it could be called a diminished fourth, but your ears are going to hear it as 3 notes away. Major third. So practice the different sounds. What does a minor second sound like? What does major second sound like? Minor third. Major third. Perfect fourth. Tritone. That one you should remember it as an augmented fourth or diminished fifth. Perfect fifth. Minor sixth. Major sixth. Minor seventh. Major seventh. Perfect eighth. Or octave. And if you hear 2 of the same notes, it's called a unison. Alright? And then just know that sometimes when you write things, they're called different names. So augmented, it's the largest, then major, then minor, then diminished. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me, and make sure to hit up musictheory.net as well. It's a free resource, and it will guide you. It'll have tons of guides for exercises and ear training and recognizing written intervals as opposed to what they sound like and all that kind of stuff. All right, thank you.